Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 8 of an ongoing series covering Grounded. So today I'm sort of showing off. I've been messing with like perspective stuff a little bit. As you can see with this one, it's like I sort of built like initially I'd wanted to build a pyramid and I couldn't do it, and I found out later I could. But until then, I built this first. So I'll sort of show you what I mean. So with perspective stuff is if you look here, it would appear like it just has a staircase going straight up. But then when you get into it, you realize it does go straight up, but it's actually into another layer there. And so it's all kind of shielded around itself. It's sort of a base built around a base, basically, I guess. Because if you'll notice from the Watchtower video, I like the way that I'd done the top, so I said I wanted to do something else with it, and then I ended up doing this whole thing. It's pretty simple, though. This base it's not really livable. I mean, it is, but it's not, it's not ideal, obviously. There's not a whole lot to it defense-wise and places to store stuff and whatever, because it's really just that section and that section for how much space this actually takes up. And I just put this here because I still like the way this looks. Oh, yeah, I hit a chest. That's the other thing. But I will say, between these two builds, this wall and that wall are the only two straight walls, and I'll show you the other one here in a minute, and you'll see what I mean. Yeah, I found it's mostly roof pieces, a lot of it. I mean, it's almost 100% roof pieces, which is probably one of the more annoying things I found about this is while I was doing the outside walls, if you would take, like, before these hit the ground, when they were just part of the structure itself, if I would take out one of these, the whole side would just disappear, so I'd have to redo it all again, which took a while. It was pretty annoying to figure out how to get all that to work right. I'd say one of the neater things too, which you can't really see from the ground, so it has again a sort of a beaded section here, and then there'll be I don't know if I can actually get onto the higher roof anymore to show it. Oh yeah, I did. I left a spot. That's right. I remember doing that. And I'll never be able to get out of here. There we go. Yeah, so it's sort of a... So this is initially what I thought happened when you built a pyramid, because I wanted to do a pyramid, but when I got to the top, I realized it's never going to be quite exact, which I found out later how to work around that. But then your base doesn't really sit on floors anymore. They're like all that floors are angled. I'll show you what I mean here in a bit when I show you the other one, but yeah, so this one specifically, there's not much to it. Oh, I did like this little thing too, because this is initially was the final top, and then I realized you could set two angled walls with each other and sort of make like an arch, which I'll show you. I had some examples of stuff here, and that's when I realized I should have done this first, because that's when I realized what I could actually do. But yeah, so you can have like those, and then you can have another one, and then you can just kind of keep doing that. One weird thing though is if they're up on a wall for whatever reason, you have some kind of trouble with them. Well, maybe not. I guess if they're on the ground. Now, see, this has already given me another idea, so I may remove this for the time being. But yeah, so that was that. This was initially what I had done. And I was like, okay, so there's this section here, and then they only go straight down. What I realized after the fact, though, is if you make the top first and then just go down from it, it works. Then I also found out is if I did the floor first and then work my way up to the top, it takes a little more planning. What I ended up doing for this next piece, actually, I'll show you this piece before I do that. So this one was, I think, a better example of perspective. So it just looks like a traditional Triforce kind of thing. It's a little off, but I couldn't get it quite as exact without having to have built it like another 2 floors up or something, I think, when I did it. But this looks fine enough for me. But yeah, so it looks kind of flush, but as closer you get to it, you start to realize that it's like actually opens up into a base. And so, and same thing, there's no straight walls in this one, I don't think, at all. It's all going to be roof pieces primarily. With a few angled pieces in there for color, but yeah, so angled flooring around the top there. You can sort of see through some parts of it, but it's mostly flush. I put a little family in there. And I really like this. This was like a weird mixture of the roof pieces kind of angled in on each other, sort of made this like flower looking thing. The other thing I thought was neat too is because all of the walls are built a certain way, you can see behind every single one of them. So here it just looks like it's sort of architecturally designed that way, which I mean it was, but the intention was sort of interesting because you can kind of build with this like false wall everywhere. I mean they're not false, but they're, you know, I don't know the proper word for this. So that's what I'm struggling to come up with here. I also built this kind of looks like a person to me. I don't know if I don't know. Doesn't necessarily represent that, but yeah. So this is kind of a short video. Again, there's not. These are both. They both took a while in their own right, but they're not really anything too. Oh yeah, I forgot this too. So you can kind of go down here. I tried to seal off everything too to make it as like as closed off as I could. Another part here too, like I thought, like you should be able to get a wall here and make it flush, but it doesn't work. So that's one of the weird ones. And yeah, it won't go. There is another section too, I think. Maybe it might have been that one, or it might be down here. Hold on, let me see if I can. Because I left a few parts open so I could sort of, yeah, I left this. So this is what I mean by the walls. So you can build them all. It won't be uniform anymore. The floors will be off. This one obviously would make a better base because you have a lot more space to do it. And realistically, this one you could, excuse me, this one you could seal up with a wall. And so if bugs, you could see that they were coming, you could maybe quickly get in there and then hide behind here as they destroyed all the rest of your hard work. But oh yeah, was this? Yeah, okay, so right here. So this is one on this side, and I go, okay, I'll just put one on the other side to make it uniform, but it will not. It won't do it. I think it's because the bottom parts are touching or something. I had it in there, but yeah. So I don't know. Some parts seem to, because like right here, these all mingle together, and that's totally fine. But if you have another one right, I think it's if you try to do, what is it, like an angled piece with the back to an angled piece, maybe. Yeah, they don't. Yeah, for whatever reason they don't connect. So you could make like a slide or something, I guess. But yeah, that's practically it. There's not too much else. Same thing, angled walls too, though. You can climb all the way to the top, so you can see that it's a proper pyramid. That looks much cooler from a distance as well. But yeah, that's it. Nothing too crazy. I was gonna make it 2 separate videos, but I realized there's not a whole lot to talk about here, so I kind of wanted to just put them together, and then yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks again for watching.